day, all. Ira Epstein, and here we are with your financial market wrap-up. And this wrap-up is for Tuesday evening, the 19th of November, 2024. Well, more picks coming, and boy, they're controversial. Who would think Dr. Oz is going to head up Medicare and Medicaid? But he is. He's the nominee. I don't recall him, honestly, having the experience of the finance that requires. I think it's going to cover about 150 million Americans in those programs. Far be it from me, what do I know? So that was one of the things. You know, the Ukraine situation in Russia and the missiles being fired, and Putin today putting out that anyone that helps them with these missiles, they too are attacking Russia and they're open for whatever. Okay. You know, this is no different than Iran with the Houthis, Hezbollah, and so on, and Russia, now with Korea, by the way, attacking, and they're the innocent people. You know, you always got to look at who are the innocent people, and the Russians are the innocent people from Putin's point of view. And they're taking back what was always theirs because he has a mission to accomplish. Okay. I don't know the purpose of giving 190-mile missiles to the Ukrainians at this point, other than for them to be able to attack certain things. Really long-range missiles would have been a whole different thing, and that's probably the next step if Putin's not careful. I think he forgets everybody else has nuclear weapons too. And NATO is a pretty formidable force, given if they get scared, what happens. And we did see not flights, but the air forces, Sweden, Finland, some of those countries are now, they were on alert last night. So you got to be very careful with what is going on. We still don't have a U.S. Treasury Secretary. I think that what we've seen now is those that were being chosen, Bennett, Lutnick, apparently the president wasn't happy with them. Lutnick is now your Commerce Secretary nominee, so look at that way. And I believe he's going to head up the U.S. Trade Representative office. That used to be a cabinet post. I think it's moving away from that under what President-elect Trump wants to do. In terms of news tomorrow, let's talk this too. We have the Mortgage Bankers Association number, and honestly, folks, that's the only U.S. economic government news that is coming out, or agency-type news. You got Fed Vice Chair Barr speaking. You've got Fed Governor Cook speaking. You're going to get the petroleum stocks at 9:30 in the morning. But the big thing is going to be NVIDIA right after the market. The market is pricing in an 8% move up or down. So those are how the option strategies will play out. We will see what happens. The bar is high, but NVIDIA is one of these companies that hits those bars. We will see what the forward talk is from Mr. Wang, and that's going to be the key. You know, how he talks about it, what the company's doing, so on and so forth. I can tell you that, you know, in my Spider ETF video, we had added in June more position in that. We had bought some in December of this past year, added to it. And today I told clients to take it down, and their positions were taken down. Now we take a look, because the higher you go, it's harder and harder to beat the road. Yes, I think the company's a great long-term company. Yes, at this point in time, nobody's got what they have. In time, that'll happen. So this isn't something that you want to say, I'm going to own it forever. That word doesn't exist. Imagine saying that about coal or trains. Just think about it. Go back 80 years, and that was what you wanted to own. All right. So we look at all that. I'm very excited about the action that's happening right now. And let's talk about that. What the market has done when you look at a weekly chart of closes is it's staying in good stead. It's up about 1% right now for the week. The market has come down. It's trying to find its footing. And I love when I see outside days. Outside days, when they're up and the market's been falling, can be a signal. I have a course on this on our website under courses, iraepstein.com. And when it's up and you don't take out that low for the next 48 hours, 2 trading sessions on a daily chart, it's often a sign that you're leaving a trend. So keep that in the back of your mind. Now, it did something else. When we come together here, you had a pattern of lower highs, look at the brown line, the swing line, and lower lows. With today's action, you take out that high, so now the game has changed on you suddenly, and let me bring it over here. Here we go. And now you have a higher high, lower low. At a minimum, you've broken the downtrend. That's the important thing. It's broken at this point. Where'd the market fight the battle? Right where I told you I thought it was going to fight it, the 18-day moving average of closes. I could be very wrong, but I think this market's headed higher, not lower. But the first warning sign that it's not now would be taking out today's low. So today's low to me is very, very important. When I look at where the market's at, I pointed up there, but you can see the first step would be the 6,100 level. You have now worked off being overbought. You have a market that doesn't have the swing line up, but it has shown so far that the area where it wants to fight a battle is the 18-day average of closes. With the outside day up, today's low is to me important. If that's taken out, you could open up another realm to the downside, and I'm completely aware of it. The odds don't favor it. The odds strongly don't favor that the market's going to enter another downtrend. Now, what it strongly favors is this is the week the market tries to find its low. When we come to the NASDAQ, here too, you've worked off the overbought condition. You fought the battle, another outside day to the upside. So getting signals that I like. All you did in the Dow is fall back to the 18-day average, fought it. So these are my 3 favorite indices. My least favorite has been the Russell, but it is trying to come up now. It's not doing quite the signals, but with tonight's action, you're trying to break through this right here. If you look at the high, it's 23.43. This was 23.34.20, so you've taken that out. You're no longer in the downtrend. Okay. So all the stock indices have worked off being overbought, and they're holding there. And I think today's lows in all of them are very important. I'd circle it on your charts and be aware of that. In the bonds and notes, when we lost the bearishness of the market and it tried to start correcting and get away from being oversold, which it's done, it's not uncommon to run back to the closest main moving average, which it's done. It is still in a downtrend. It's got to clear these highs, then it's not any longer. 5-year note, same identical thing, ran right where it should, and that's where the market is stalling out. In the dollar right now, if it loses the embedded reading by closing underneath 79, you're opening the door for more of a correction. If it can rescue itself here, the 107 area comes into play. In the eurocurrency, you still have a market that is fighting to lose the embedded reading. It's got to close over 21. It did not do it today during the session. It was 1835. So it's not the place to be just yet. The British pound, this is a market that's still embedded, but I saw the other currencies today rallying, and I had traders early on this morning that I had put out, and I don't mind saying it, some sell signals, and I put out at midday, hey, why not cover those? And they did okay. Not a lot of money, believe me, they did fine. But just because of that, I want to see what this market's going to do early in the morning. I am really bearish this in terms of the market getting the 18-day average, getting ready to get underneath the 200. You're not there. Doesn't have to happen tomorrow, but you're very close to it happening now. And I think tomorrow is one of these days I'm going to be glued to watching the British pound. I am still in the bear camp. In Bitcoin, I think the trade's going to try to buy this market looking for the 100,000 mark. I think you'll hit it this year. In Brent, higher lows, higher highs, you're out of the downtrend. That's an important statement for the first time in a while. You closed over the 18-day average. Okay, so we got down into the low 70s Under 71, market's trying to hold it right here. I don't like the dollar risk. If you buy at 73, you have to have a stop under that low. That's way too much risk. I don't think the traders are going to be aggressive on that at all. You have a lower low, higher high in WTI. You're not bearish, but you're not bullish anymore. Same thing here. And by the way, like in the stock indices, you had outside days take place yesterday, not today, and the market followed through and took itself out of the downtrend. So those were important, and I think you're going to run into a selling zone up here in the nat gas. You're getting overbought, coming into resistance. I'd be surprised if the pros aren't lightening up on long positions. Now you'll say, but it's going into the winter time. Nat gas normally goes up then. No, it doesn't. The nat gas goes up now, and then it starts normally coming the other way. You got to pay attention to seasonals. And if you go to our website, under free offers, go into Season X, the free offer. I can get you just about a month worth of a free trial. It's quite a while. And then a discount on it if you sign up for it there on your first month with them. And you go month to month, whatever you want to do. But you'll learn a lot. I love the service that they have. All right, so you put it all together. You're trying to come up with game plans, and that's the name of the game. Remember that tomorrow is Wednesday, the third day of the week. And my special report on stock indices will go off the board tomorrow. So I don't want to hear, we always get somebody that writes, I was gone, I couldn't look at it. Tomorrow's it. And after that, you cannot see it. We will not allow that. We don't say, okay, you missed it and blah, blah. So tomorrow, take a look. I'm going to do another report on something probably coming up for Thursday or Friday. So another one, they're going to come in rapid succession. I promise I'm going to make that a mainstay of what I do. So go to iraepstein.com and just look at the website, look on the left, and you're going to say, oh, there's the report. Give it a click, and away you can go from there. You can also move your cursor to the top here. I'll have a link that takes you to our website. I'm Ira. You have yourself a great evening. Catch up with you tomorrow.